Hello and good morning, dear viewers, and happy Ramadan. Welcome to a new episode of your morning program, Good Morning Kuwait. And today, as always, we have various segments and special guests that we are so happy to have them with us this morning. So please keep watching us till the end of the program and never go away. Good morning, Aziz.
Good morning to you and good morning our working crew and Ramadan Kareem for everyone who's watching us through the KTV2. As usual in our show Good Morning Kuwait during the holy month of Ramadan, we're sharing with you a variety of segments with several reports about Ramadan, about the blessing month, about praying, about nutrition, and even tips on what's happening during the occasion in the holy month of Ramadan. And even our working crew are traveling all around our lovely country state of Kuwait to show you great events. When we spoke about the events during these days of holy month of Ramadan, now ghabges, girgians, people gatherings, and even we are going and already reaching the last 10 days.
The last 10 days, which is the most blessed 10 days in the holy month of Ramadan. And speaking about ghabge, Aziz, we know ghabge has too many lovely dishes. Let's talk a little bit about the Kuwaiti cuisine. We know some people,
And we are fasting, Sarah.
And we are fasting. That's why I want to make you hungry, Aziz. And we know, dear viewers, too many lovely dishes, traditional heritage, actually, meals in Kuwait. One of them, let's say, tashrib. You know, Aziz, tashrib is one of the main dish in the like, let's say, the table, the Ramadan table, actually, in the futur table. And some people actually, they eat it even in suhoor. You know that.
So it's one of the dishes, you know, because during the holy month of Ramadan, there is like too many, like we call meal and dishes. People like to bring in the table, so people enjoying their time sitting with the families, enjoying the gatherings. I know we will talk because in our show Good Morning Kuwait we have a variety of segments. Let's go to this segment. We'll be right back again. We are back to our show again, Good Morning Kuwait. We mentioned in the beginning, me and my co-host Sarah, about we have multiple segments today to share with you about the holy month of Ramadan. And we mentioned during the holy month of Ramadan, it's a blessed month for zakat, for people's gathering, for ghabges, and for girgians, and even about the most important pillar, which is the charitable work, Sarah.
The charitable work, the virtue of giving charity in the last 10 days of Ramadan is asked about by Muslims who wish to be good deeds in a holy month of Ramadan, especially in the last 10 days, which is considered a great gift from God Almighty because it is the night of decree, which makes doing charity a great reward.
So to know more about the virtue of the charity in the last 10 days of the holy month of Ramadan, let's watch this following report. We'll be right back again.
Ramadan is a special month for Muslims worldwide, and it's seen as an opportunity to give back to the community and help those in need. In Kuwait, a country with a majority Muslim population, charity is an integral part of Ramadan, with many individuals and organizations coming together to help the needy people during this blessed month. In Kuwait, it is common for individuals to donate to charity organizations during Ramadan. These donations can take several forms, including money, clothing, and food. Charities will often set up tents and booths in public places to accept donations, and many mosques in Kuwait will also designate an area for donations. And one of the most significant charitable activities during Ramadan in Kuwait is the distribution of iftar meals. This practice involves providing meals to those who are fasting at the time of sunset every day. Many Kuwaiti individuals and organizations donate food and drink to mosque or charity organizations, which then distribute them to those who in need. Zakat, the Islamic act of charity, is an essential part of Ramadan in Kuwait. Zakat requires Muslims to donate a portion of their wealth to help those in need. Many people in Kuwait will give zakat during Ramadan, often directing their donation to local charities or mosques. Ramadan is also a time for charitable organizations in Kuwait to launch campaigns to raise awareness and funds for those in need. These campaigns often focus on specific groups, including orphans, widows, and the poor. They involve activities such as fundraising events, blood donation drives, and the distribution of clothes and school supplies. Charity is an essential part of Ramadan in Kuwait. This month provides an opportunity for individuals to give back to their community and help those in need through the donation of money, food, and clothing, and launch of charitable campaigns.
And we came back again, dear viewers, with our second interview segment. As we have always known, it's a little of giving, and benevolence and extending a helping hand and assistance to every needy inside and outside Kuwait until it became a beacon of Kuwait's charitable. It is the Kuwait Red Crescent Society that set the most wonderful examples with the help of its children and national cards in applying the concept of social responsibility through its initiatives. It recently launched to enhance national solidarity in light of the health crisis at the whole world in witnessing actually to have more details about the effort of the Kuwait Red Crescent Society and its charitable activities. And we are in the month of goodness and charity. We get to know through our dear guest, Alia Dashti. She is a volunteer in Kuwait Red Crescent Society. So hello and good morning, dear Alia.
Hello, Sarah. Thank you for having me.
You are most welcome. So as we are in the holy month of Ramadan, happy Ramadan for you, dear Alia.
You too.
So a lot of charitable works and campaigns and going around Kuwait, and since we are in the humanitarian, Kuwait as well humanitarian pioneers actually. So let's talk about what actually the most recent campaigns that have been did in the Kuwait Red Crescent Society.
Right. So our work at the society is continuous. It never stops all around the year, and it peaks in Ramadan, obviously, because it's a special month. Whoever passes by our headquarters in Shueikh will see that our doors are open 24/7. We always have something going on. And in Ramadan, we focus on the needy families that are registered with our society. So those are around 5,000 families that are registered, and we know their situation. And what we do is that we send them rations, we send them stuff to help them through the month. And the rations are generous. They are, they have, they include dates, flour, cooking oil, tuna, tinned foods, everything, salt, sugar, rice, everything you can think of, and we try to cater for them. We also have iftar sa'im inside Kuwait, so we give away meals that are from our generous donors, obviously. We give away meals for the workers who work throughout the day. And we also, we've just done a Gargaan party for the orphanage, and this is like something dear to our hearts.
That's
we
amazing.
commit, we love going there. We wait for this time to go there. We go there in both Eids and in Gargaan to entertain the kids, play with them, and get them excited about.
That's amazing, lovely actually to share Gargaan is one of the most beautiful events for children. So, in which country specifically? In which country?
Actually, we've done one in Kuwait. So in the orphanage that we have in Slaybikhad. We also do it for the Syrian refugees. Yes, in Lebanon and Jordan and Turkey. So now the Syrian refugees who are probably 13 years old, now they know what Gargaan is because, we include them in that.
Spread that traditional to outside Kuwait.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So let's talk about the challenges. I know we face too many challenges, let's say difficulties in the humanitarian and about the humanitarian voluntary work. So could you share with us more, most of the challenges?
Sure. So, recently, the society has focused a lot of projects in Yemen. We all know that Yemen is going through a dire situation for years and years. The atrocity continues, it never stopped. If anything, it probably is getting worse. So we obviously focus on all the needy countries, but Yemen has taken a special place in the past months. So we've opened a lot of projects over there. And during Ramadan, we wanted to concentrate our iftar as-sa'im fast breaking in areas like Ma'rib and Ta'uz. And so we spread by the thousands every day the meals. Also to the Syrian refugees in Lebanon and Turkey and Jordan. And the reason I'm saying this is because you mentioned the challenges. So the challenges inside Kuwait are not as much as outside. Outside is obviously, due to the nature of the disaster, is worse, due to the fact that the aid is different as well. So what we fear is the scene of malnutrition of the children, the disease that they have, the situations they live in is terrible. It's almost unbearable. So and that kind of scenery, it stays with you and it affects you. So it's more traumatic than you would think. So yeah, I'd say that. Sometimes fearing to be in harm's way, obviously, which is, alhamdulillah, is not always a problem because we have treaties with other organizations. So when we go somewhere, there is actually good organization going on, and the society doesn't send any girls. So I wouldn't know, you know, how it looks like. I haven't seen it firsthand, but I've heard it from my male friends who went and seen it.
Well, let's see, that's really great, and appreciation actually for that great effort you are trying to help those poor and needy people and some refugees and the children. As you mentioned, it's really, let's say, emotional to see all those needy people, needy children. And actually, and at the same time, it's really encouraging you and make you like spreading the joy.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
For all the children,
yes.
actually.
Makes you look forward to coming back. Sometimes even if you go like twice or 3 times, some people would recognize your face, which makes it, you know.
That's very amazing.
Yeah. Happy side.
Happy side. That's amazing. So what is the importance, dear Alia, for actually enhancing the importance of participation in such a great work, the humanitarian work, especially in the holy month of Ramadan?
Sure. So Ramadan, like I said, is a very special month. We all know that a good deed is multiplied by 70. So everybody wants to do good work in Ramadan. Everybody wants to do charity. Everybody, even the good initiatives, you know, to do good in the society, the initiatives, they all peak in Ramadan.
Yes.
And because of that, the needy people, actually, their expectations are higher. So they know that people want to do good, so they expect that good is coming to them.
Exactly.
So you want to be able to fulfill those expectations. We hope that we are. Inshallah, we are.
Inshallah.
And yeah.
So what about the preparations for Eid al-Fitr? You spoke about Girga'an, about Ramadan preparation. What about Eid al-Fitr preparations?
So Eid also is a very special occasion. We do Eid clothing giveaways for inside Kuwait and outside Kuwait.
Yes.
So yeah, that's also exciting. Eid also, we're still planning, but it could be a spur of the moment. We could decide something at the last minute. It depends on the situation, but we always have something going on. And like I said, we do the Eid clothing for the families inside Kuwait. What we do actually is we, from our generous sponsors, we buy a lot of clothes and all the, you know, all the stuff that a family could need for Eid.
Yes.
And we allow them to do the shopping themselves. So they come in with a voucher and they go in with a basket and they pick whatever they need, so that we don't take something for them that is not their size or not their, you know, not their taste.
That's
we allow them,
amazing.
yeah, we allow them to have that opportunity.
You allow them to like taste the spiritual of Eid, of buying new clothes and
exactly.
shopping.
Yeah, yeah, with the shoes, with the accessories, everything. So it's good for the family, for all the members of the family. As for the refugees, we try to take packages of ready clothes because it's feasible and faster and
Yes.
tidier, because we pack it here in Kuwait.
Yes.
But we take them to the families and we try to include all ages. So there is men, women, children and babies clothes for every family. And yeah, we hope it's good enough.
It's really good enough. Actually, you are spreading the joy of Eid for all those needy people, dear Alia. So let's talk about if one of our dear viewers wants to join Kuwait Christian Society, to be a volunteer in Kuwait Christian Society. Actually, how can he or she can join that?
Right. So the society is always open for whoever wants to volunteer. We have a specific criteria, which is not difficult criteria, but we ask you to join a small course on first aid and national law and stuff like that. We present it in the society when the class has reached full. So people sign up. It's easy to sign up. All you have to do is just show up in the morning with your civil ID and a small photo, fill an application and then wait for a call. But what I want to urge is everybody who wants to volunteer, doesn't have to be the Kuwait Red Cross Society, any organization or society around you that you think you can do something to them, go ahead and volunteer, because it's transformational. I mean, I cannot say it enough, I cannot stress it enough how transformational it can be for you, as a change for you, and the change that you do in the environment, for the people. It depends on wherever, you know, volunteering can be to help animals, can be to help the environment, you know, cleaning and trees, planting and everything, or it could be humans. It's whatever that you like to do or you find yourself interested in doing or able to do.
Yes.
So I urge everyone to volunteer in any organization or society around them that they think they could fit in.
That's really a golden advice, dear, because you know that volunteering, voluntary work is a really noble job to do, as you mentioned, that really transform your perspective of life, how you actually change your life in a really better way. Not for the needy people, not for the, actually for you, for the volunteers themselves.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So it's obvious that really enjoying what you are doing in the Red Crescent Society. So share with us some of the most beautiful situations that you faced in this holy month of Ramadan while you are helping those needy people.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, obviously I'm enjoying it. I love it. And I always regret that I haven't been involved even longer than this.
Yes.
But yeah, in Ramadan, it's beautiful to just deal with the people, help them, give them something that could excite them or make their day. You know, some people just wait for that meal the whole day, and being able to be the, you know, being able to give away that, mind you, from the thawab or the whatever we're taking from that, it's very good. And you know, this continues. I mean, this happens every year in Ramadan and Eid. So yeah, we look forward to these times.
Hopefully, inshallah. And thank you so much for your efforts for helping those needy people, and also for being here with us and share your experience, your preparations for the holy month of Ramadan. Thank you so much, dear.
Thank you for covering it. Very happy to be here. Thank you.
All appreciation and thanks to our dear guest, Alia Dashti. She's a volunteer in Kuwait Red Crescent Society. So, dear viewers, don't go away. Let's have this tiny little break and then we'll move on. And we came back again, dear viewers, with our episode Too Many Segments and Different Reports. An ambulance is a vehicle that provides first aid and treatment to a patient prior to admission to the hospital. Its duties are to provide treatment for the injured and sick in emergency cases, and also to transfer them to healthcare centers from hospitals and medical clinics.
So let's get to know more about the latest equipments of the ambulance at the Ministry of Health through this following report. I will be right back again.
Hello and good morning, dear viewers. My name is Osama Al-Middan, Chief Emergency Medical Technicians. Today we'll be talking about our ambulance services and our ambulance vehicle itself and how to prepare it every time during the shift of the day. For example, if our personnel just starting the shift, they have to check all the equipment inside the vehicle. They have to check for the level of oxygen and level of everything that's inside. For example, they have to check all these equipment, and they have to check for amount of equipment inside. They have to check the level of gases like oxygen or nitric oxide or any cylinders of gases inside, and they have to have certain limit. They cannot be below that limit. They have to check also for the expiration date for certain things and drugs. For paramedics, icebox and all the stuff that's inside has to be up to the amount that's supposed to be there, especially the disposable parts that could use during management. In those times, they might use them during the day. So every time the ambulance comes back from a call, they have to recheck and they have to reload all these disposable and emergent and those parts or medical instrument that they use, and of course they have to disinfect the area from the inside, and they have to clean the area from the inside. They have to put new sheets. They have to put everything that's new and ready for the next call of emergency. Beside that, they have to check the vehicle from the outside if there is any problem with the wheels. They have to check the engine itself. They have to check the level of oil. They have to check the lighting all around the vehicle, the horn, the siren. Everything has to be working during the shift. That's about 24-hour shift. If there's any problems, they have to report it to the main center, and then also they have to ask the garage of Ministry of Health to prepare it. If it can be done at the same time, they could do it at the same time, or take the vehicle down to the garage to be prepared, to be repaired and prepared, of course, and bring it back to the center. This happens daily in every shift, in the beginning of the shift or after every call, especially the equipment and instruments inside the vehicle. They have to be clean, they have to be new for every case. This is for your health and for hygiene. Of course, they have some instruments that could have blood or mucus or anything, or any secretion from the body. That has to be disinfected, and we have that a certain place inside the center where they could disinfect them, or it could be disposable. If they could not, then they have to replace them. We have a storage inside the ambulance center with extra instruments that it could be replaced, and the infected instrument has to go back to the Ministry of Health for the Department of Disinfection, where they can get disinfected for us and brought back to us. Again, safety and health and hygiene is our priority. In our Emergency Medical Service Department, we make sure that safety is first for our personnel and for you. We cannot take any chance if somebody goes inside our ambulance and come out with infection or any disease they could catch. So I just want to make sure to tell you that our personnel, they are very qualified and they are very responsible on making sure that the health and safety comes first before anything else. Take care.
We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait. We're talking more about our interview segment. Talk about the Nama Charitable Society for Social Reform is a humanitarian institution founded in 1977 in the state of Kuwait and expanded in the regions in the governorates under the name of Zakat communities with humanitarian regional and also global organizations through a work environment that adheres to our professional principles and ethical values. Since the beginning of the earthquake crisis that already struck Turkey and Syria, it was one of the first associations that launched its already charitable campaigns and was even present in the field through its team consisting of the CEO Saad Al-Marzouk, Al-Ataybi, Director of the Relief Department, Khalid Al-Shimmeri, documentary photographer Saud Al-Kindiri, and even academic Dr. Muhammad Al-Kindiri, and talk more about the role of the society during the holy month of Ramadan. We are pleased to have with us today in our show Marshad Al-Rajdan. He is already head of the administrative support sector at the Nama Charitable Society for the Social Reform. Hello and happy Ramadan.
Happy Ramadan. Pleased to meet you and thank you for having us as your guest today.
You're most welcome and thank you so much for joining us today in our show Good Morning Kuwait. We already presented to you about since the establishment from 1977 until today, and the Nama Charitable Society always doing their best in Kuwait and also universally. But now we are talking about the thing that happened, charitable work during the holy month of Ramadan, and even there is a competition for people also to donate. Can you tell us more?
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As you know, every business, every organization has its seasons, and okay. Ramadan, with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is considered to be a high season where a lot of charity organizations try to present their services and their projects to donators. Because as you all know, or as you know, a lot of people decide to pay their zakat in the time of Ramadan because it's easy to time it. Okay. You know that in Ramadan 360 days has passed and you have to get out your zakat. And here is the catch where donators think and start thinking, which organization should I donate? Okay. To organization A or B or C.
Nice. When you mention about zakat, we know zakat is the blessing and something, it's like one of the pillars of to be a Muslim. It's one of the 5 pillars. So zakat, it's playing a huge important role, especially you said in the holy month of Ramadan, because people think about after 365 days. Yes. So let's talk more about how you are arranging for zakat.
Okay, well, as you know, as you've mentioned, zakat means it's like cleaning something. So it's part of cleaning your money or your wealth, where you practice it every year. We at Nama have several projects regarding the zakat, and we try to provide it during the holy month of Ramadan. Okay. Some projects are done inside of Kuwait, and if donators would like to donate outside of Kuwait, we also have a few projects that are serving communities outside of Kuwait. When we talk about inside Kuwait, we have projects that we give people iftar to break their fast.
During all the days, 30 days?
Yeah, for the whole month of Ramadan. In addition to that, we try to support less fortunate families that do not present themselves to the communities known in Islam as al-usar al-muta'affifa.
Yes.
And this type of families, they are very hard to get, and we feel that it's very important to get to them because a lot of people do not know about them. So it's a big challenge where Nama and other organizations face to reach to these families. Outside of Kuwait, Nama, and especially during the last 10 days of Ramadan, we have two main projects that we're focusing on.
Which are what?
The first project is to support eye operation relief efforts in countries, especially in Africa.
Africa, yes.
Where a lot of millions of people lost their sight because they do not have the basic means of treatment.
Treatment, yes.
And here where we link the donator with a certain amount of money, and with this amount of money the surgeons are on field and they're helping the blind people to recite their vision once again. In addition to that, our second project is, or main project, there's several, is to provide water wells for less fortunate communities where drought is covering most of their areas. And you might know and you might realize that a lot of families walk from 3 to 4 kilometers back and forth just to provide 6 or 7 liters of water. And most of the time these are done by children or by women because the men are working in the fields, and so it's a very hard life, and having wells in these communities, in these villages, is a big relief and a big help for them.
And also, this is about the projects for are already outside Kuwait, especially in Africa continent.
Yes.
What about the projects we are doing in the holy month of Ramadan? Because I know the working crew preparing, there's something happening in the 18th of Ramadan.
Yes.
What's happening?
Okay, in the 18th of Ramadan, we will start daily having a project, and we'll be marketing it through social media.
Okay.
And every day there is a certain segment of the market where we will cover medication, education. We have families, as we've mentioned, that they do not present themselves al-muta'affifin, al-usar al-muta'affifa.
The less fortunate families.
Yes, less fortunate families. In addition to that, as you know, every child or every family would like to enjoy Eid. Yes. And Eid, a lot of people, families are used in Kuwait and our Gulf, the GCC, to have new clothes, to have, it's a part of giving
idea
for the children. So we will have a project
for the orphans.
For the orphans. We have a special project where you can provide the idea and new clothes for the orphans inside Kuwait. And we at Nama are covering more than 1,050 orphans inside Kuwait. We're taking care of them and facilitating all their needs. So this would be also one of the main projects where we'll try to get donators to donate the idea for these less fortunate
families, and even for the orphans, to give them ideas, to see the joy of them, to make them more happy.
Yes, exactly.
And this is the most important thing, because in a charity, when you do something, you will not take for granted.
Exactly.
So when you do something for them, it means us will be much happier.
Yes, exactly.
And also there is something else. Now we are heading after Girgi'an for the last 10 days of the holy month of Ramadan.
Yes.
I know there is too many activities, projects you are doing in the last 10 days. What you are going to do for Nama charity?
Well, regarding Nama and the last 10 days of Ramadan, we will start also executing and preparing all the needs that the less fortunate families will need, and we will make sure to provide all the necessary requirements before Eid. So hoping that Eid will be a double Eid. Eid, the first part is thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they have finished Ramadan, and the second part is that they get some donations, or they get some support from fortunate families to the less fortunate families, and we link and we strengthen our society in this way.
So it's like everything like merging together.
Exactly.
You do something for the others.
Exactly.
But what about these days? I know like every place during the holy month of Ramadan, they do like campaigns.
Yes.
Is there any campaigns for Nama charity? Also, they want to do campaigns?
Well, regarding Nama, we have every 3 or 4 days we have a campaign, but we will be focusing mostly on the last 10 days of Ramadan, because this is when the people start evaluating projects, they start donating, they start paying. So the more you are in the presence and the mind of the donators, the more chances you will get that they might donate for you. And in the end, we are happy whether the donation comes to Nama or to other organization. In the end, it will all be diverted to the less fortunate families and communities.
So if I want to donate, there is any website, any link I can click on, I want to, application, what do you want to say to us?
Okay, well, regarding Nama, there is, as soon as you put Nama Charity or Nama Al Khairiyya on any website, the website will bubble up on the screen. As soon as you enter the website, there is the full website where it explains every project and the way to donate. In addition to that, we have a few branches in several areas where people could also come directly to donate if they would like to see face to face. So we have two main channels. We have the website and we have different locations where people could donate and come to us. In addition to that, if let's say some donators they're
online.
They're not familiar with online and they cannot they cannot go to any branch. We also have a service where let's say a collector would come to the premises and he would provide everything.
Like you have a hotline?
Hotline, exactly. And everything is presented on the website.
You mentioned about the locations of An-Nama Charity.
Yes.
Can you mention to us who was watching us through the KTV2 about the locations for An-Nama?
Okay, we have several locations. Of course, our head office, as an administrative head office, it's in the area of Sabah al-Salim.
Okay.
We have an income branch in Islah in Jam'iyyat al-Islah, the reform
in
Al-Rawda. We have a branch in Al-Khaldiyya opposite the supermarket. We have a branch in near Slavi Khat, and we have several branches spread around the areas, and Google Map would show every location and the best way to reach to them.
That's awesome. In the beginning, we talked already about how you are supporting the orphans and how you give ideas to them.
Yes.
And the working crew wants to elaborate more about this topic. You give it like in a brief, like you are supporting and you are aiding more than 1,000 orphans.
Yes.
What do you want to do with, I know orphans, like they are already our families, our children. So what about Nama they are doing, aiding for them to make them more happy?
Okay. Orphans, subhanallah, it's a very sensitive topic. And as you know, the Prophet, peace be upon him, has said, that has mentioned, he said, me and the supporter or the donator of an orphan are together in paradise. And he has shared with the two fingers.
Yes.
From this hadith, we understand that orphans are a special, delicate topic because, you know, they are less fortunate and they do not have the main supporter, and that's the father, the families, especially the breadwinner, the father. This is why a lot of charity organizations, and Nama one of them, they emphasize on trying to provide the orphans with whatever they need. And orphans also need, you know, in addition to financial, they also need mental support. They need guidance, because when a child, when he develops without having a father to guide him in a correct way, he could go to a wrong path. So at Nama, we have the 1,050 orphans. We try as much as we can to take care of them educationally, health-wise. We have clear access to their achievements in school. We coordinate with their mothers. Everything from A to Z. And once they reach the age of 18, when he's 18, of course, from a religious perspective, he's baligh al-an. But an adult, we transfer him to the project of supporting him to get a university degree. And mentioning the university degree, we have a bilateral agreement with Al-Amana Al-Amma Al-Awqaf, where we also provide them with families and check all their requirements. And based on that, Al-Aman Al-Amma Al-Awqaf with Nama, they support even university students who are trying to graduate. So it's a continuous process. An orphan from 3 or 4 years, maybe even 2 years, till he reaches 18, till he enters in the education system of university. So it's a continuous process, and
Continuous.
we try to cover the role of the father as much as we can.
As it's like at the end we say that's a very noble thing. And thank you so much for already joining us today.
Thank
And
you.
we say all the time that good times run very fast. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure, brother.
You're most welcome. So thanks and appreciation to our guest, Mershad Al-Rajdan. He's head of the administrative support sector at Nama Charitable Society for the social reform. He's already sharing with us about Nama, their campaigns during the holy month of Ramadan, their projects inside and outside the state of Kuwait. Now let's go to this tiny break, then we'll continue.
And we reached, dear viewers, the end of our episode as we are in the 18th of Ramadan. We are heading to the last 10 days of Ramadan, which is the most blessed days of Ramadan. Some people actually increase the amounts of prayers actually and the du'as and the charitable works, the humanitarian actually works in seek for having, let's say, thawab and ajr from Allah. It's really a great days, dear viewers.
And even we call it Al-Qadr nights. So people now that during that time, people go to the mosque for Al-Qiyam prayers. So it's like the very blessed, the last 10 days of the holy month of Ramadan. And don't forget also to give sadaqas, to give zakat. So this is like the most important pillar during the holy month of Ramadan because we have to feel others. Now, dear viewers, we reach the end of our episode for today, my dear co-host Sarah. So hope you enjoyed our segment. See you next time. Have a good day.
Have a good day and bye-bye.